what is it that keeps you getting hired? And what is the key to getting and keeping the gig?
That's a great question. Well, I remember early on reading an article that Quincy Jones wrote that anybody can get hired, but then to get the call back is really what lets you know if they liked what you did or not, and then he also spoke about bringing a great attitude to the session and just he said, I remember reading, he said, I would rather hire a musician that's not quite the player, but he comes in with a great attitude, as opposed to hiring somebody that comes in as a diva and sort of doesn't gel with the rest of the guys because of that. So I learned a lot just from reading that about I said, well, yeah, you want to get hired, but yeah, you want the call back as well.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things I focused on. You leave your best performance in that room, and when you walk out, if you did your job well, the phone will ring again.
So what is doing the job well to you then?
Well, again, like I said, coming in with a great spirit and energy and attitude is, I think, first and foremost, just, filling a room with love, which, a lot of the people that I work with, they understand that as well. You mentioned Dave Koz. Here's a guy that, just, he walks in the room and it goes to another level, because his energy is high and spirit. And, I don't think I've ever seen him on a down day ever, and I know you have to have him sometime.
Yeah.
So that's first and foremost. And then next thing is just, again, the music that you're making and the choices that you make have to just really be good ones, because there are 1,000 people that could be sitting in that chair and, have the opportunity to play those same notes. So I just try to put so much love into every note, and the music becomes a reflection of your life and your heart and things that are going on in your own life. And I feel very blessed with kind of a charmed life, so that's one thing that's kind of given me an added advantage of just being able to bring some spirit into the room.
Yeah. On the tactical level, on the actual musical level, walking into a gig where let's say you're getting hired to play on a tour and the music already exists on album and you're being asked to come play the tour or whatever, like going to play for Toto or going to play with George Harrison or whatever. Any of these people, the music already exists. People know the music. People love it.
Yeah.
When you learn the music and are going into that first rehearsal, are you going in typically with the mindset of, I'm going to learn note for note the exact record, or I'm going to learn the album kind of, but I'm going to do my own thing and interpretation of it? Or is it a combination?
Sort of a combination. The gigs that I've played on too, and the calls that I get have all been like music that I love. Al Jarreau, Kenny Loggins, Eric Clapton, Phil Collins, Toto. These are all my boys. And so I'm familiar with the music already. But before I go into that first rehearsal, I make sure that I know exactly the starting point is the record or whatever. Maybe the last gig that they played and the arrangement. So I really become familiar with every nuance of what the song is, because you got to start with what was already there. And then obviously, yeah, there's opportunities to insert your own personal voice in there. And for some people like Herbie Hancock, he likes it if it has nothing to do with the record.
Sure.
And then the next night, change it from that, So he's like completely the most open architecture type of artist I've ever worked with. It's just amazing in and of itself.